It's all like kind of red, and it looks like, the inside of your eyeball when like the light's hitting it. It kind of looks like that, but just all around. Like there's a lot of like flame and red, oranges going around. Why are
So
you
why
guys?
are they, yeah, why are they showing this color to you? Which is really interesting because for today, the entire theme of today for me has been fire.
Yeah, like they're just showing me like the energies coming off the sun, how important they are right now for the upgrades. Like they're saying this, what we're going through and what we have been is like pretty profound. And it's just different than what we've experienced as far as solar weather and flares, that we're going to see an increase. And that with that increase, we're going to see an increase in like the world, like they're showing me the rocks and stuff, like the world changes as far as like earthquakes, and like they're saying that this weather like that we're going to be getting this year is not like, you can't expect anything like the weather patterns, because time is not what we understand it to be. So we're not even in the month that we think it is, the way the time changes are going. And so everything's going to be unpredictable because we have no idea what's up and what's down.
So are a lot of these weather changes, are they man-made? Or is it just because we've been so disconnected from the cycles of the earth?
Some of them are man-made, but it's more or less that it's galactic made. So the galactics are really overriding. They're showing like ships and beings, and like the councils have all decided that they're sending energy to change the weather pattern. And because it's not to change the weather pattern, the energies are to upgrade us, and the energies are to change what's going on in humanity. But as a result, a secondary result, that the energies of the earth are being changed, but it's also upgrading Gaia's body as well. So that's why you see a change within Gaia's body as well.
You want to know what rabbit hole I've gone down lately that I don't think we've ever talked about? Is chemtrails. So, what can you tell us about chemtrails and what kind of things do they put into our atmosphere?
So chemtrails are one of the number one toxic things that happens to your environment because you're breathing it in. It's being placed on your skin, it's in your soil, so you're consuming the things. And a lot of the poison or toxicities, chemtrails are used in other worlds, other planets, by galactics to keep the moisture of the water within the realm of the planetary plane. And so, but they do not use the metal of aluminum, they use the metal of gold. And so gold is a high frequency healing, that if you were to actually have gold fall on you, or if you were to breathe it in, or it would to go into your soil system, that it would actually take everything to a higher frequency of healing, and it would actually be better beneficial for you, as far as the mineral to use to do that. And so, what the gold flakes they would use it for in other planets is that it reflects the sun, it reflects the ray of the sun. And so, it would be able to keep that moisture within the planets. Well, they brought that technology here to Earth, but instead of using the gold, they use less precious metals that have a lower frequency. And so they become toxic to your body. Your body rejects them as a foreign object. It comes in and becomes an invader in some ways. Where you see an increase in a lot of your diseases that you have on Earth, including, Alzheimer's, dementia, all of those things that you see in increased cancers. That actually is due to the frequency of the mineral, the metal that they're using in the chemtrails. So they're using it to try to deflect the sun, and they also use it to, when you see kind of the X patterns within the in the sky, that when it crosses like that, they're trying to make cloud coverage to reflect the sun, like to cover from the sun. So they're trying to do it in a lot of different ways. And when like they're trying to really ramp up that right now because they know people might question why the weather is not what it's supposed to be, especially here in the States, why it's not cold like it normally is, or, that they use that to create the weather, to create storm cells. That's what they hope for.
Yeah, it's just so interesting because I remember when I was little, like, I don't think I remember having clouds in the sky every single day. Like, from what I personally remember, there were a lot more days of just like clear skies where you didn't see a cloud. Like, if you saw clouds, you knew it was gonna rain. And now, especially living in New York, there's always clouds every single day. So, is this a part of it?
Yes, and they um like they want to cover up a lot of the galactic stuff too at night. So they try to create the clouds, but they're saying like the people who operate these machinery, the airplanes and that create that they believe that they're doing good, that they believe that that aluminum and those metals are actually doing the job of keeping it from, the huge, when you talk about global warming and the agendas of the narrative of what they're saying, that the people who actually do this see the results, and it does create cloud coverage. It does create more retention of the water, but at a cost. If they were to use the gold that they actually just have in vaults and use it like they do in other planetary systems, then it would be very beneficial for the earth in retaining its water. Absolutely. So these people who are operating these airplanes, and they feel like they're sworn to secrecy, they can't tell their story, but they also feel like humanity doesn't know the good we're doing for them, but they also don't understand what's actually in that stuff they're spraying.
Yeah, that was my next question, actually. So, who are the people actually spraying this?
They're contracted for the most part, but they're pilots, but they they're a lot of military too, like contracted military. They're but they do feel like some of them do know it's bad, but some of them are like, I'm just going to take orders and I just follow the orders. And other ones feel like they're doing good because they know, they're like, well, the clouds come, like we're keeping the water in here, like global warming, like that's what they keep saying to me over and over, global warming, like this whole thing that's narrative. And um like they're going to blame a lot of these weather patterns on global warming, um, as a to control the narrative and keep people in fear, as far as these earthquakes and everything that are, and not having the weather the way it's supposed to be with your seasons. Like they're going to use the narrative of global warming, and really put fear into people and see if they can drive people to a lower frequency through fear.
So, how can we protect ourselves from the aluminum in our atmosphere?
Be as aligned as you can be so your body operates to be able to remove those foreign bodies from the body. So the more aligned you are, spiritually, physically, all of those things, that your body will operate the way it's supposed to, and it will be able to remove those. You can do detoxes that remove uh, like metals from your body as well. Just live a very pure life if you can, of making sure your water is blessed, that you charge that water to just really be alkalytic in nature, with unconditional love.
Yeah, and when I talk about things like this, I just don't want people to feel any fear. If anything, so the way that I try to flip it in my own head of the way that I see it is, damn, the technology of my human body is incredible. Like if we are being hit with all of these different things, they're trying so hard to keep us from awakening. Our human bodies are magnificent. Like they truly are filtering all of these things, all these poisons that are in our food, in our atmosphere. It's constantly getting rid of all of this for us. It's so beautiful.
Absolutely. Just take time to really do a scan and just thank your cells too. Just thank the cells, thank your skin, thank your, like, just scan up and down your body and just things that come to awareness. Like, thank your gallbladder, thank your liver, thank your kidney, think your heart, you're always talking about the heart, but I mean, it's important, but like just the muscles, think your elbows, like just really go up and down and just really send your body honor and gratitude. And then it's going to be excited to even more empowered to do the job that it's, acknowledged and given gratitude for. But this is not a message to put anyone in fear. Fear is a choice. Fear is something that you use your free will to step into, but it's to give an awareness that just tune in. Don't just go around your day and not be in connection with things. Like, be like the indigenous tribes that lived with the earth, that were one with the earth, like the Lemurians who were one with the earth. Like, be like that and connect with nature and start to realize like things aren't what they normally are. Like the cycle is off. So then it gives you the capability to go ask those higher questions to your team. Ask your, no one would even probably think that we weren't even in the month that we think we are. Everyone's like, well, it's just December, no big deal. But it's like the way we look at it, that of the cycle and the seasons, like you're not there in that typical December. So start to ask those questions, start to explore more of these things, but not to be in fear. It's to be aware and empowered, because from an empowered place, you can, when things kind of go what looks like wonky, and the narrative of the news or your neighbor or whoever's getting that indoctrination of the information, that you're able to like be a steady Freddy is what they're saying. I've never used that before. They're just to be like steady Eddie, I think is what it is. And they just to be there and to be hold that, like, yeah, it's okay. Like, we're okay. Like, it's important that you tune into all these things and question all these things and empower yourself with knowledge, not to be in fear or to let it run your thought process, but to have it in the toolbox when you need it to be empowered.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what else could we do to be aware of the toxins in our environment? Or is there anything that we could do to detox our bodies so that they have less of an effect on us?
Like we said, the more in alignment that you are, the more that you empower your body to do the job that it's meant to do is beautiful. You can also do any kind of heavy metal detox. You can do, like, they're showing me that a lot of this is parasitic in nature. A lot of the toxins are parasitic in nature. And a lot of people do detoxes but don't address that you can use. That's why when the illness came around, that the ivermectin worked so well, is because it wasn't a actual cold, it was a parasite that was running through your bodies. And so that's why that anti-parasitic worked. So a lot of these things that you have as illnesses, that you have secondary things come up, like you could have skin rashes, you could have joint pains, like it looks like autoimmune diseases, a lot of those things are actually the root cause are heavy metals and parasites. And so there are lots of different detoxes that you can do, natural holistic detoxes, including they're showing me, I used to give it to my horses instead of ivermectin. It was the food grade diatomaceous earth. You can take that, it's just a powder, and then you let it go through your body and it naturally will like chop up the parasites within your body, and that'll help protect your body too for a lot of these things that are in your systems.
Amazing. Well, do you have any final messages today?
With the solar weather and the things that are coming, like set the intention for when those flames, those flares, that CMEs, that wind, when it comes into your environment, that it connects with you in a way that empowers you. Because a lot of people feel the symptoms from it. You know, you'll feel when it's a heavy solar wind day or weather day, but connect with the intention and be like, okay, there was just a flare. That flare is going to come, and that wave of beautiful just energy is going to just embody me and just upgrade me and empower me, and start to really, like, when you, if you watch the solar weather or anything like that, just really have the intention of it, just control that energy, use it and manipulate in a way that it just lights your and ignites your like day, so that you can use it for the benefit of humanity, and it'll just, you'll see it in a different way. It's beautiful.
I love that so much. Well, thank you so much for your beautiful messages today.
Thank you.